How I went from zero to $10,000 per month with just one mindset shift. The reality check that changed everything. Imagine waking up with absolutely nothing to your name. No savings, no job, no plan. How do you pull yourself from rock bottom to a place where you're making $10,000 a month? Sounds impossible, right? Well, let me take you on a journey that I lived firsthand, a journey that starts from $0 and skyrockets to $10,000 per month, all because of one simple mindset shift. It wasn't a new business idea or a magic formula. It was a change in how I viewed myself and the world around me. The breakdown of my struggle. It wasn't always like this. I remember the struggle vividly, waking up every day, feeling like I was getting nowhere. The bills piled up, my bank account was empty, and it seemed like no matter how hard I worked, there was no escape from financial stress. I tried everything, side gigs, freelancing, even hoping for a miracle. But the results were always the same. $0 in my account by the end of the month. I thought I was doing everything right. I put in the hours, stayed consistent, and tried to stay positive. But something was missing. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. That was until I realized one powerful truth. The shift, what I was doing wrong. I had been focusing all my energy on the how to make money, how to start a business, how to hustle more. But the truth was, the how didn't matter if the why wasn't right. I was constantly chasing the wrong things. I was obsessed with the idea of earning, but I wasn't grounded in the mindset needed to succeed. It hit me one day, my mindset was keeping me broke. I had been so focused on the hustle that I wasn't creating the right kind of value or thinking in terms of abundance. What I lacked was a shift in how I viewed myself and the world. That was the moment everything changed. The power of a new mindset. What does a mindset shift mean exactly? It's the transformation from a limited, scarcity-driven mindset to an abundance mindset. It's about moving away from desperation to a place of confidence and control. I had been caught in the trap of thinking that money was something to chase and that I had to constantly prove myself to others. But once I realized that wealth was more than just money, it was a byproduct of value creation. My approach to life and business completely changed. I stopped fearing failure and started viewing setbacks as opportunities to learn and grow. Instead of focusing on how much I could make in a week, I began thinking long-term. What value could I create that would change lives, including my own? The strategy that changed my life. I wish I could say I woke up one morning and had everything figured out, but that's not how it works. The real game changer came when I focused on giving value before expecting anything in return. Instead of hustling for clients or scrambling for opportunities, I started looking for ways to be valuable to others, regardless of the outcome. I began creating content that helped people, real, actionable advice based on my own struggles. I shared my story openly and honestly, hoping it would resonate with others who felt just as stuck as I had. I wasn't selling anything at first. I wasn't even trying to make money. But something incredible happened. The more value I gave, the more people reached out to work with me, collaborate, and invest in my products. This wasn't about the quick win. It was about building long-term relationships that created genuine value. Once I shifted my mindset to one of abundance, the opportunities began to come to me, and that $0 turned into a steady $10,000 per month. Overcoming the self-sabotage. But the road wasn't all smooth sailing. As my income started to grow, so did my doubts. I had to deal with imposter syndrome. Who was I to be successful? How could I keep up with the expectations now that I was making more money than I'd ever imagined? The hardest part was confronting the self-doubt that had been ingrained in me for years. I had always believed I wasn't worthy of success, but once I embraced the idea that success is available to anyone who's willing to work for it and shift their mindset, I started pushing through the mental barriers that held me back. The importance of consistency and patience. Here's the thing. Consistency is everything. You're not going to hit $10,000 a month overnight. That's the myth that gets sold to you in shiny ads and success stories. What actually works is doing the right things over and over again, with patience. I made a habit of setting daily goals, showing up every single day and measuring my progress, even if it was just a small step forward. Slowly but surely, the results began to compound. Each piece of content I created, each client I helped, each decision I made, It all started to add up, the power of networking and collaboration. One of the most important things I learned was the power of networking. Once I shifted my mindset, I realized that surrounding myself with like-minded people was a key factor in my growth. I stopped isolating myself and started collaborating with others who were also on their journey to success. These relationships not only taught me invaluable lessons, but also opened up new doors. Whether it was through partnerships, referrals, or shared knowledge, I started seeing results faster than I could have imagined. The key was finding others who had a similar mindset and energy. Making the right investments. Another big realization came when I understood the value of investing in myself. Up until that point, I had been afraid to spend money on courses, mentors, and resources. But once I shifted my mindset to one of abundance, I understood that in order to grow, I had to make strategic investments. Investing in mentorship was one of the most important moves I made. Having someone who had already walked the path I wanted to take helped me avoid mistakes and move faster. The leap to $10,000 per month. With all of these changes, the transformation was inevitable. What started as a small shift in how I thought about money and success began to manifest in real, tangible results. Within a few months, I was consistently making $10,000 per month, and I finally had the financial freedom I had once thought impossible. But here's the kicker. That wasn't the finish line. The real success came when I realized that making money wasn't the ultimate goal. It was about creating value, having freedom, and living life on my terms. $10,000 per month was just the beginning. With the right mindset, the sky's the limit. Conclusion: your turn to make the shift. So where does that leave you? The difference between where you are now and where you want to be isn't a matter of luck or timing. It's a matter of shifting your mindset. Start by believing that success is available to you and that you're worthy of it. Once you make that shift, everything else will follow. If I can go from $0 to $10,000 per month with just one mindset shift, then so can you. The choice is yours. The real question is, are you ready to make the change? Are you ready to take that period? The real question is, are you ready to make the change? Are you ready to take that first step and embrace the abundance that's waiting for you? The moment you make that shift, you'll see your life change forever. Thanks for watching. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you can stay updated with more exciting content like this.